Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. It's a new month, guys, and XRP has skyrocketed 13% as March kicks off on a positive tone. This coming from XRP Crypto Wolf. So guys, we have been seeing XRP moving. Now the rest of the market is moving too, so I don't know if it's just XRP. We're going to take a look at the market. So the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap has returned above the $2 mark. We were wondering what was going to happen after we did dip down. We did retest former strong resistance down in here. Here, let me take this chart off auto. You guys can see 194, I believe it did wick down to. And this, for all intents and purposes, was pretty much that former resistance level that we saw back in 2021. But now we're back up above that. Hopefully we can form some real support above that level. So macroeconomic concerns prompted a broad risk-off slide throughout the markets this week, with cryptocurrencies among the hardest impact. We did see Bitcoin fall to 78,100 on Friday, taking its loss from its all-time high less than 6 weeks ago to almost 30%. So that has been the big story. Cryptocurrencies, though, rebounding. Bitcoin also rebounding a little bit here. You guys can see this is the weekly chart, and you guys can see it's been a brutal week for Bitcoin and the altcoin market, but now that week is wicking up. If I throw that on the hourly, you guys can see Bitcoin continuing to form this inverted head and shoulders pattern. So we do need to confirm that, getting up above this level. And as you guys can see at the moment, Bitcoin just kind of struggling down in and around there. No worries though. I do think we are on the right trajectory. Let me bring the chart back to XRP. Luckily for XRP holders, with regards to what we are seeing here, this inverted head and shoulders pattern, it looks as though the trend is already up above that level for XRP. So XRP doing very well, even compared to Bitcoin, which is rare to see, I gotta say. So we are seeing the crypto market recover. I mean, there are so many factors involved that we do have to pay attention to. We are seeing fear and greed slowly moving up too. So 22, Bitcoin dominance sitting at 60. That number has been staying put pretty much. We haven't really seen too much in terms of a turnaround for that. That will happen though, my guess, in a few months. Market cap and volume, fairly steady. We aren't seeing too much in terms of change over there also, and not too much in terms of market activity, whether it's in the green or in the red. Most cryptocurrencies are either down by a little bit or up by a little bit. So Dom then asks us, XRP previous cycle top comparison. I really don't know what to make of this current trend range. It's very complicated in my opinion because of the all-time high deviation. So guys, what he's looking at here, look at these all-time highs for XRP. If we look back to 2014, 2015, 17, 2021, and now, this is the new all-time high, but it doesn't really look like any of these other trends that we've seen in the past, which means to me, I think that this is not, I think that this is just a continuation pattern. I do think we are going to go higher. For more information on what I think the market is going to do, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel, where I'm giving my Patreon subscribers a detailed analysis. I do have, I think, 6 posts out of 8 for a comprehensive cash out strategy. What I'm basically looking at for the market, I'm going to be letting my subscribers know too where I'm going to be cashing out. So these targets, you know, I'm not the kind of guy that picks the targets months in advance. What I'm doing is looking at this market in real time and making a true concerted effort to try to pinpoint that top. So you might find that the targets are going to come boom within a day or two of me cashing out. Follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for more information on that. But anyway, you know, just to this point here, market trend looking very different. If we zoom out again on the XRP chart, you guys can see, you know, it doesn't really look like anything we have seen on the chart in the past, even these other continuation patterns. I think, you know, considering we're still very early on this cycle, it's probably going to behave like something like this, even though it doesn't look completely like that. But again, we'll still have to see. I mean, if we do start forming this this Nike swoosh pattern on the chart, that could, you know, that could change things quite a bit. I mean, let's say we do rebound here and then we start slowly moving up like this. That could form that Nike swoosh pattern, and then the trend will look a little bit more familiar to us. But until then, guys, we still have to wait. But open interest teases major recovery ahead for the XRP cryptocurrency. Another one from XRP Crypto Wolf here. So this data from CoinGlass, it shows that total open interest surged past $3 billion. So some more information that we can glean here from CoinGlass. These are the top coins up here: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, Dogecoin, BNB coin, etc. And as you guys can see, even with open interest, the change within 1 hour and 4 hours, and 24 hours, we do still see some red, whereas XRP looking very positive, especially over the last 24 hours. So we are seeing a lot more green on the chart when it comes to XRP. Whales and institutional money is coming into this particular coin because I think, this again, just my opinion, just speculation, they see an opportunity here for one of the most beaten down cryptocurrencies in the last bull run. I mean, 2021 was not favorable to XRP. So open interest coinciding with an uptick in XRP value. That's excellent as well. Wanted to thank XRP Crypto Wolf and Dom here just for posting that. Digital Asset Buy here posting this. Guys, don't take it from me. Raul Pal is saying the same. Time to chill. Don't get so worked up over a little correction. We will be taking lifestyle XRP chips off the table, though, in the coming months. Listen to this.
Okay, let's look at these corrective phases. If you guys have got this far and followed me, we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 20% plus pullbacks. And you can't remember those. You might remember the last summer one because that was pretty miserable, but that's it. We deal with this. The volatility is a feature, not a bug. You need the volatility to drive these massive rips when they come. So that's where we are. We've seen this. We should be somewhere close to bottoming. Now, with those 7 pullbacks, we've still had 600% returns from the low. Again, you've forgotten about those because you're like, oh my God, it got to 110 and now it's at 80. It's like, it's all noise, kids. Really, honestly. When we go back to 2017, it was more violent because Bitcoin was earlier in its adoption phase and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 30% plus pullbacks, some of them at 40%. So this is more like Solana now, which is more volatile because it's earlier in the cycle. It's more like Ethereum, it's more like others. So this gives you the contextualization of what you're going to have to stomach to make the money. To unfuck your future, you're going to have to learn to deal with volatility. And if you've got any spare income and you can invest, you can buy some of these dips, but be careful later in the cycle. You don't want to overextend when you should be thinking about how do I take money off. But we're far too early for that yet. I talked about we could take lifestyle chips off sometime in the first quarter. Looks like it's pushed out to the second quarter. I'll keep you updated when that happens. But again, I'm very chill about this. When you zoom out, Bitcoin is just retesting where it broke out from. That's it, guys. It's hardly a big deal. When we look at the RSI of Bitcoin, it's like the second most oversold it's been in this entire cycle. These are opportunities. When it gets this oversold, yes, it can chop around a bit at those lows, might even make a new low, might chop, rally, new low, which will then diverge on the RSI. But it's telling you 1 month from now, prices will start climbing for sure. They'll be higher than here. And then 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, we should have much higher prices. So once we've got the corrections out of the way, you start to look forward to, okay, now I can get some real price action going again.
So essentially what Raul Pal is saying here, we just have to be patient and wait. Notice how we mentioned the RSI down by quite a bit. And, again, this happens time and time again. Also, Bitcoin has just retraced off its former all-time high. And we are just forming what is looking like that first correction from there. So many things to be paying attention to. Adoption, though, I think even if it's just the optics of, the United States saying, yeah, stablecoins are good to go, I think that's going to push the entire crypto market. Something as simple as that. XRP Crypto Wolf posting this, though. Ripple is a gold sponsor of the Merge Madrid and Buenos Aires 2025 Blockchain Factory. So Ripple doing their part to sponsor more of these events. Look at that in there with Mexi, Polkadot, BitGo, Bit2Me, and Binance, one of their gold sponsors. So Ripple is continuing to do their part, on top of which Ripple partners are also expanding. Flutterwave has now launched in Zambia with a payment license system. One of the major Ripple partners in Africa is Flutterwave, and they're Africa's leading payments technology company. They've officially secured a payment system license to operate in Zambia. This new license positions Flutterwave to deliver affordable and secure mobile money services to enterprises in Zambia, facilitating both local and international trade while boosting financial inclusion and economic growth. The potential for Flutterwave in Zambia is substantial given the country's increasing internet penetration and reliance on money or mobile money for everyday transactions. Mobile money adoption contributes to almost 70% of Zambia's financial inclusion rate. Flutterwave's mobile money collections and payout services allow Zambian businesses across various industries to streamline transactions, reduce costs, and scale efficiently in both local and global markets. So big news there for the people of Zambia and overall, the people of Africa, because Flutterwave has done this thing where they've, picked a market. They're very good at what they do. Started in their local market, which I believe was Nigeria, if I'm not mistaken, or I don't know, I forget which country it was, but I'm going to say Nigeria, and then expanded. So now they're moving into Zambia. Of course, there's much need for banking the unbanked in a lot of these African countries. And so Zambia is a market with enormous potential for growth and innovation, as many African countries are. So we are excited to bring our payment solution there. This coming from the founder and CEO of Flutterwave. So big news there for Ripple partner Flutterwave continuing to expand. I feel like every single week we hear about another company like this expanding into one of those untapped regions. And because of the superior technology, because they're running on DLT technology, leveraging the XRP ledger, leveraging XRP for liquidity, these guys can do it, and they can do it very successfully. So gonna keep moving along because we're also seeing this happening in China. China AMC Hong Kong launches their first tokenized retail fund in the APAC region. And guys, this is a digital money market fund. So we did hear recently that Hong Kong-based Fubon Bank did unveil plans for real estate tokenization alongside Ripple, the blockchain and crypto firm associated with the XRP ledger. The trial is one of a dozen projects previously announced by the Hong Kong Monetary Authority as part of the region's central bank digital currency trials. So this happened a few months ago, and now, guys, we're getting wind of this. The Chinese AMC HKD Digital Money Market Fund, China Asset Management Hong Kong Limited, today announced the launch of their first tokenized fund. The China AMC HKD Digital Money Market Fund, the fund, aims to invest mainly in Hong Kong-denominated short-term deposits and high-quality money market instruments. This flagship product will be available through eligible distributors, and that marks a significant milestone as the first retail tokenized fund in the APAC region, offering investors a more accessible, adaptable, and transparent way to engage with their investments. So running on the blockchain, all very positive news. We don't have any confirmation that it is running on the XRP ledger. However, Hong Kong, a very small country, they already have government pilot projects running CBDC trials over the XRP ledger. So it wouldn't surprise me in the least if they are going to extend this and run this on the XRP ledger as well. Anyway, wanted to thank Matt, LINY, for posting that. Michael also brought this to our attention. Did you guys hear this? If you're living in the US, Zelle prepares to terminate transactions on mobile money app, pushing popular services exclusively to major US banks and financial institutions. So I don't know how many of you guys use Zelle, if you're using it in other money applications. Now, though, it's only going to be strictly allowed for banks officially, and they're taking it away from these other applications. So that is the long and the short. I kind of wanted to just touch on this point, though. The fact that now they're going to be terminating transactions on mobile money apps. The fact that they're trying to streamline this, I think, does speak volumes. I think this means, cryptocurrency adoption is around the corner, and we have to dot all our I's and cross all our T's before that happens. So they want to tie up any loose ends first. They're going to keep it strict, and they're going to keep it confined to their particular systems. But guys, their systems are going to include cryptocurrencies that do solve problems. I mean, in the banker's case, XRP running on RippleNet. Remember what Brad Garlinghouse said back in 2019. This is an old clip, but this is a great clip. And I've mentioned this clip without showing it on the channel in the past because I just haven't been able to find it. I think I'm going to bookmark this page. This is from Bank XRP's official YouTube account. This is what Brad Garlinghouse said years ago about, his prediction of where altcoins are going to go in the future.
Brad, tell me here then, where does this go? I mean, let's have a look at just effectively what we have. We've got so many cryptocurrencies out there. You're one of the front runners, but the thing is, are there too many of you guys?
Actually, I agree with you. I think there are too many. There are around 3,000 different digital assets that trade on a daily basis now. I think, anytime there's a new market, there's a lot of people that run into that market and try to show that they can solve a problem, they can deliver a customer need. I have said publicly before that I think 99% of all crypto probably goes to zero. But there is that 1% where I think that is focused on solving a real problem for real customers and is able to do that at scale. And that's going to be game changing. And I think that's going to continue to grow significantly in the decades ahead.
And what Brad said there, okay, that is going to be at the precipice where we see this major shift, this major change in the financial system. And so, now we're getting the signs. Zelle is terminating transactions on mobile apps, going strictly to major U.S. banks and financial institutions. And we're seeing a lot of these smaller developers too building apps that are compliant. Like Vitsvin here, he just posted this: billions in just payments volume alone in 2024. To put that into context, XRPL has tens of different transaction types, and payments alone were in the billions in 2024. The amount of value on the Xaman wallet helps users transfer self-custodial, and that's nothing short of magical. So he did just post this, the latest milestone for the Xaman wallet. It is the cornerstone of self-custody XRP payments. In 2024 alone, it processed over 6 billion in payments. So that's the actual official number. XRP, obviously the native asset. Vitsvin has always been one to stay compliant. He's known for that in a way. He wants his company to succeed, and it's being built on the XRP ledger, guys. So we're seeing more compliant projects continue to develop. Mr. Man here also posting this, guys, an update from FedNow. It's ramping up its send amount this summer. So that is going to increase to $1 million. Okay, through FedNow. The Federal Reserve plans to let financial institutions sign up for sending capabilities on its FedNow real-time payment system. That's going up to 1 million. Banks and credit unions that use the Young Instant Payment System will also get access to a new function at that time, and will let them designate amounts and speeds at which defined customer segments can use the system, the Fed said in a post. The combination of account activity threshold functionality with the increased transaction limit gives participants powerful tools to customize risk parameters across customer segments, from established businesses to retail clients. So they're also looking to ramp this up. Of course, if they're leveraging the XRP ledger, sending more money is literally just a matter of politics and I guess wrapping customers' heads around the idea that, well, you can just send this and it doesn't matter, because, we got to think we've had decades of, $10,000 limit and that's it. Now you can send 1 million, boom, like that. That is going to blow some people's minds. I mean, because we know about the technology, it's not so crazy for us to think about. But for these bankers, these legacy banking systems, these guys that have been doing this for decades, that have been running on the SWIFT network, for them, this is a big deal. So this is a big deal for FedNow, publishing this. And it's all because they, I guess, are, in the know when the regulations are going to pass. And I'm assuming by the sounds of this, starting this summer. So interesting news there. I wanted to thank Mr. Mann for posting that. Catherine Austin Fitz also making an appearance on the Carolyn Betts Show. She has very strong opinions about Bitcoin and other altcoins, cryptocurrencies that are going to solve problems. Spoiler alert, she thinks Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme.
You can really break cryptocurrencies up into a couple of baskets. One basket, of course, is Bitcoin, which is totally a Ponzi scheme. And we have a wealth of information if you want to know more about that. And when I say it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a politically driven speculation. Its value is totally based on whatever political money they can get. So they need essentially to mandate government purchases. And if they get mandated government purchases, they can send the price to $1 million.
Well, they haven't done that yet.
No, they haven't done that yet. But if they get that done, now they're going to bankrupt all the governments when it's done. This is how they strip out. This is the last phase of the financial coup. This is how they strip out the land and everything else. So now they're also using it to keep the states away from gold and silver. If they can get them into Bitcoin instead of gold, then the central bankers get to keep all the gold.
It keeps people out of the stock market, too.
It keeps people out of the stock market. It keeps them out of starting legitimate enterprises. So all the economic power is over here. If you can get them in the shiny toys over here, you keep them out of the power line. It's back to the power line.
But Catherine, originally, when cryptocurrency was first, thought of, it was a currency system that made it possible to trade, to buy things,
right?
Orders and
so there's Bitcoin, which is a political scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme, and it's a Ponzi scheme that could go very high in price. Ultimately, it could easily go to zero, and I think will. But you have another basket of cryptos, which are legitimate efforts at payment systems. So Monero is a legitimate effort at a payment system in private money. And I think I don't think that's a scheme. I don't think that's a pump and dump. But, and somebody said, for sure it's not a pump and dump because look how many places have tried to outlaw it. It must be good. And then there's stablecoin. So stablecoin is a coin that's basically being used to promote and push the dollar globally through the mobile payment system. So if I want to get everybody in a country on the currency, I no longer ship over pallets of cash. What I do is I just come in through their mobile phone using stablecoin.
All right, I'm going to cap it there because I think we all know what stablecoins do. Interesting that she sees Bitcoin as that Ponzi scheme, moving money away from gold and silver, real assets, into something that she doesn't believe in. But she does talk about these real cryptocurrencies and the payment system. She does mention Monero as that example. But guys, I think you know where my head is at. The banking system is going to run on Ripple and XRP. Nevertheless, a great clip here just to maybe wrap your head around what to invest in for the next bull run. And again, for more information on what my thoughts are, I'm going to be telling you guys every step of the way what I'm doing in real time. Patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for that information. XRP Arthur here, giving us a realistic approach at XRP's valuation model. Now, we've all heard of the Val Hill model, right? The $10,000 per coin. But could we actually scale that back and realistically possibly see $30 to $50 in the next little while? Here's what he explains. Okay, the report and model. So with regards to the Val Hill Capital white paper, this presents several different valuation models, and he talks about all those here: collateralization, discounted cash flow, quantum liquidity model, 99 golden year eagle model, etc., etc. I've talked about these models on this channel in the past. I will link, I'll see if I can find a video and link it up here in the top right-hand corner if you're interested. Then he says, what is the DCF, discounted cash flow? This estimates the present value of XRP by projecting future transaction volumes on the XRP ledger and discounting them at a risk-adjusted rate. So key inputs include adoption rate, global transaction volume, and discount rate. Extreme versus realistic predictions. So, of course, we've got the extreme predictions, $10,000 to $18,000 per XRP. But what if we went a little more conservatively? Gradual adoption timeline, competitive alternative systems, regulatory challenges. A more realistic scenario, though, to keep it conservative, we assume 5 to 10% of global transaction use of the XRPL by the year 2030. Guys, that's only 5 years away. If we only got 5 to 10%, we have a discount rate of 10% to adjust for risk, moderate XRP use as a store of value as well. And we don't talk about this enough. People going to be keeping XRP as a store of value. We always consider, we think of Bitcoin as a store of value, XRP as that transactional cryptocurrency. But if you think about it, if XRP is valuable, people are going to want to buy and hold it, right? And, we have never factored this into the model, or maybe we have, but in a different capacity, the fact that banks have to hold it because they have to use it. But what about the investor, the typical investor that wants to just hold something of value? So the result, XRP is valued at $40 per coin based on this adjusted DCF. Why it matters? Because a $30 to $50 XRP is achievable in the medium term. Again, 5 years from now, supported by financial modeling, aligning with realistic adoption scenarios. This is not hopium, but a data-driven approach to XRP's fair market value. So his final thoughts on this: adoption is the key driver of XRP's value. And, this has always been the case. Brett Garlinghouse has said 99% of coins are going to go to zero. There's a reason he said this. Only a handful of coins will survive. And those are the coins that are going to get all the money, guys. All the money, right, from the crypto market cap up here. Where is it? Right now it's at 2.83 trillion. All that money, if only 1% of the coins survive, all that money is going to go into 1% of the coins. Right now it's dispersed amongst how many? Over 12 million cryptos. So think about that. We have to wait for the utility, payments, remittances, then the store of value kicks in. This creates a virtuous cycle. XRP may not reach $10,000, but 30 to 50, that's plausible within this decade. He gives his sources down here, and I will link this in the description of the video if you guys are interested. So what do you guys think? $30 to $50 within the coming 5 years or so? Personally, I know I've said it before, I'm focused on the spec market right now, and for more information on where I think we're going to see localized highs, check it out, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for all my moves, what I'm going to be doing in real time. Until then, guys, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.